Welcome to Bayou Time. I'm Jacob DeGate. It's now my pleasure to be joined by Councilman Dirk Guidry, who represents District 8. Good to see you.
Good to see you, Jason. Nice for you to have me.
All right. In District 8, just for the people that know that, where are the areas that you represent?
The area I represent is all Acadian Drive area, Roberta Grove, Chauvin, all the way down to Guidry.
Okay. And of course, it's areas that have been hard hit by Hurricane Ida. Can you tell us, how that area is really faring right
I tell
now?
you what, if you came the day after the storm and you looked at it, it's a big, and it still is a disaster, but you didn't think it could be fixed. But it looks like the people are starting to put all the pieces back together. A lot of these camp owners that had big camps down in Guidry are working on them and cleaning our can all with solid waste with all the piles of debris that they had. They did an awesome job picking it all up, and it's just been going pretty good, Jason. Like I said, there's people trying to still rebuild. Some of them waiting on insurance checks, and we're just playing the game with them right now. So
Yeah, and it is a lengthy process. It's not anything that's going to get done overnight, but it's good to see some, positive steps taken forward.
it is. I mean, yeah. Well, when you just drive down there, we're way ahead of the people in the Lake Charles area. I mean, people down there, when they have in previous hurricanes, I mean, this one's unsurpassed in any other one that we ever had. But when people go down there, you see everybody working and getting it up and picking it up, and let's get our community clean and let's rebuild and get back onto life. And, and you hate to see it, let's wait for the next one, but we just hope it's not in the near future.
Yeah, I know. Unfortunately, hurricane season is right around the corner, only a couple of weeks away. And hopefully, like you said, there are probably a lot of people, still with repairs that need to be done. The house really isn't in a shape to take a hurricane right now. Or you got people that are staying in, trailers right outside their residence as well.
Yeah, that's for sure. I mean, these people even with a little tropical storm or whatever, if you see that coming and you living in a FEMA camper or a GOSAP camper, you need to leave, A lot of problems we may have too is with some of these houses that aren't torn down yet is flying debris from these storms. But they got a program going on. I know that the parish is involved in, the state and the federal government, about tearing down derelict houses. So if your home needs to be torn down, they have a phone number you can call it solid waste, and they're going to set you up where your home can be torn down. If not, in the near future, we're going to come and we're going to condemn these homes. And if it has to go through a condemnation program, then you are, as the landowner, are going to have to pay for it, or the government will put a lien on your house. But right now would be the best time to call. If you're going to get it tore down, get it tore down now, because a lot of people I talked to right after the storm, they didn't want to tear them down. They had sentimental value, it was old family homes and all that. But now, coming up on 9 months after the storm, they're realizing that the job is just too big to do. So they're looking at demolishing these homes.
That's good. They have a program. I believe they got to apply for FEMA and see if they become eligible. The first step is you got to call a solid waste department.
Right, yes. And I think I talked to Cleo last week, and they just submitted the first 25 names. There's going to be a process where they submit 25 names, and then FEMA decides which one of those 25 get tore down. And then after those 25 are submitted, they're going to submit another 25. But I think right now there's over 200 homes that's requested to be demolished.
And right now there's still a lot of work going on. Like you said, debris piles. The parish is still cleaning up all those debris piles as well.
Well, I tell you, you go right now, there's not a whole lot of debris piles left. Solid waste and Cleo, they did a great job. Now you go like maybe Monday here coming up, as some people got the weekend off from some of these camps and homes where, because everybody works for a living, but that they tear down a little bit more and they have little piles. So the piles are not huge piles anymore. So all the branches and trees are gone, and it's just getting, you could say normal, it's, whatever normal is going to be, it's starting to get back to a steady track,
Yeah, and it's crazy. It's been a long process, but again, it's good to see people moving forward. And it's not just homeowners. You have business owners down there as well that have had a lot to deal with it regarding the storm.
One problem, Jason, that like not only the district I represent, but all these bayous with these storms and people moving out, in the near future, we're going to have problems paying for our fire districts, our lighting districts, our recreation districts. So there may have to be something done in the future about how to keep these things running, because
Yeah, because the property assessment taxes are certainly going to be lower, and coming in, you're going to have budgets that are low, but you're still going to have a lot to keep up with down there.
yeah, because as right now we got two fire stations that's totally demolished down in Chauvin. We got a recreation center that's totally demolished. Our swimming pool is gone. So we're all waiting right now and see what we can do with our insurances and what the government's going to do to come in and give us a hand.
Yeah, you have your insurance, and then what's not covered by insurance is FEMA. But of course, FEMA takes 3 years to get the money into your hands. So
Exactly.
and you got to spend money that you don't have to be able to get that money
Exactly.
back.
I talked to Marty last night with the fire department. He said they're going to have to put out the money on the upfront. You know what I mean? And hopefully they could collect that with FEMA later down the road after they decide what they're going to do. Because the Upper Little Car Fire Station looks like a total loss to me. But FEMA's coming in here and saying that it's not 50% damage and we need to fix it. But when you drive by and look by it, and it doesn't look like much of a building left.
Not only homeowners and business owners, you have the fishermen themselves that are trying to get back to work. I'm sure they took a hit as well in the storm.
Yeah, they sure did. And I mean, they're taking a hit right now with the prices. Since the season opened a couple of weeks ago, the prices have dropped 5 times.
Wow.
I talked to Dean Blanchard earlier today out of Grand Isle, and we were talking about prices of seafood, and the whole industry. And he was telling me that in 1990, a pound of 140-count shrimp went for $1.40 a pound. Today, 90-count shrimp is 45 cents a pound. So these guys have to catch 10 pounds of shrimp to pay for 1 gallon of diesel. And it's costing, like these bigger boats, it's costing them between $25,000 and $30,000 in fuel just to leave the dock. So, and I talked to Miss Angela. Her and her husband have a shrimp platform and a shrimp processing place in Guidry, and she told me that they're looking at maybe tying up a couple of their boats, and taking people off of them and put them on one boat to try to save fuel prices. It's just, I mean, it's nuts.
Yeah, that's what from talking with people, they say they're losing money to go out there and catch shrimp.
They
a
are.
lot of time at these prices.
A lot of the little boats that's retailing shrimp every day are doing pretty good, but these bigger boats come in a couple of weeks, because right now you usually get a lot of shrimp, but in 3 or 4 weeks when it's going to start to thin out the shrimp, these guys can't go out and fish. There's no way that they can go out and make money. Just their generators running every day, even if they're on anchor, because there's not a lot of shrimp, it's going to cost them $150, $200 a day just to sit there. Wow. So, I mean, it's not feasible for them to keep going. But
and so what can people do to help out the fishermen? Just go.
Hey, take your ice shed, drive on down there, and I represent the Guidry area, but everybody in Terrebonne Parish is hurting. So go down any buyer and go buy your nice chest of shrimp, because, I mean, with the meat prices and all they have right now, it's cheaper to go out and buy shrimp and feed your family shrimp. So, everybody, I'd sure appreciate that if they could go down and support these fishermen, because, I mean, this is what Terrebonne Parish, this is what we were born on. We were born on the seafood industry, and we need to try to support them. I mean, you got the import prices, the shrimp that are killing people. Now you got the fuel prices, you got ice, you got groceries that everybody knows went up so much because just a lot of these boats go out for 20 days. So when you're making a grocery bill, you're making a $5,000 or $6,000 grocery bill, $25,000 for fuel, and all the other expenses. So you're looking at almost $40,000 before they can just untie the ropes to go fishing and try to make a living. And you'll work 15 days for free before you can start making money.
Wow, and it's crazy with inflation, raising the prices of everything. You still have shrimp prices that are so low.
So low, yes. And I mean, it doesn't make any sense. Like I said, 1990, $1.40 for 140, and 90-count shrimp today is 45 cents a pound.
Is there any particular reason you think that the prices are down, or?
I'm gonna tell you, in my beliefs, what happened in the last few years is we have a lot of shrimp processors that have gone out of business. Terrebonne Parish, if I may be mistaken, but used to have 44 peeling machines in Terrebonne Parish to peel shrimp. There's only 4 of them operating today.
Wow.
There's no shrimp factory. That process in Terrebonne Parish, they're either sending them out to to Texas, Mississippi, Alabama, or some to in the east part of Louisiana. But there are no shrimp processors in Terrebonne or Lafourche Parish. So that's a big thing when these factories can control the prices. You know, when there's only a handful of you guys left, you can control it. It's not like it used to be.
I see. So yeah, lack of competition always hurts the price. But again, you know, to help out the people, you know, drive up demand and go get some seafood
you know, I
down
mean,
there.
it's good fresh shrimp, you know, and if you go into all these guys, they got little signs in their yards and all the shrimp they got caught the night before. So it's very fresh shrimp, and it's shrimp that's been caught on the inside water, so they're sweeter, you know, sweeter shrimp. But we're also having problems with the crabbers. You know, the crab prices are falling down. You know, a lot of people don't understand, but like in the wintertime when these guys are out fishing crabs, all these crabs that they catch here, the select crabs, don't stay in Louisiana. They travel to Maryland or Chesapeake Bay, and the vendors over there in the restaurants sell them as Chesapeake Bay crabs. But most of the crab you'll get in the wintertime from over there comes from South Louisiana.
I didn't realize that.
Yes, yeah.
So you catch them over here, but you got to ship them out. So that's where all the big ones are going,
Right, but
big
then
and full ones, huh?
But then they market it as Chesapeake Bay crabs, you know? It's not fair to our fishermen, but they're not making a lot of money right now, too. It's the expenses that's killing everybody. It's just, it's hard to leave the dock. Like a regular crab boat, it's going to cost him $300 to go out just to leave the dock to go crabbing to catch a few boxes of crabs.
Yeah, I understand. I mean, driving these days is
Yeah,
just driving.
yeah.
Driving from Shreve to home, I don't even
Yeah.
want to do it anymore.
Yeah,
$4.20 to fill up
Yeah,
today.
for me to drive from Chauvin up here, it's $15 to drive back. I got a big truck. It's going to take me that $15 just to drive to home and drive back, you know?
Yeah, and that's the thing. You don't think about that, but when you out fishing, you know, you're burning that gas, burning that
Yeah,
diesel, and
yeah.
it takes a lot. And then when the prices are so low, those people are really hurting.
Yeah, but we also need to make sure that all these charter fishermen, like at Coco Marina, and you got a bunch of these charter fishing companies, we need to make sure that they come back and we support these guys because they bring a lot of revenue into Terrebonne Parish. A lot of people from all over the world travel here to fish because we're fishing capital of the world. We got a lot of nice fishing and good fishing, and we got a lot of good charter companies that do it. So, you know, that's one thing that we need to bring in. We need to keep is our charter fishermen, our crab fishermen, and our shrimping industry. Right now, the oyster industry is real down. You know what I mean? A lot of, I think they came out and they fished them, overfished them.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us again. Go out and buy some local seafood to help the fishermen out there. Thank you for joining us. Stay tuned for more right here on HTV.
All right.